One mine exploded beneath an American warship 4 days later. An entire navy was in flames. This is the story of Operation Praying Mantis. The forgotten 1988 battle that changed the Middle East. During the final phase of the Iran-Iraq War, the Persian Gulf had become a deadly zone. Iran and Iraq were attacking oil tankers, trying to choke each other's economy. The United States sent naval forces to protect shipping. Then came the spark on April 14th. The frigate USS Samuel B struck an Iranian mine. The blast nearly destroyed the ship. Sailors fought flooding and fire for hours to save it. They succeeded. But Washington demanded retaliation 4 days later. The United States struck back at dawn on April 18th. American warships moved on Iranian offshore platforms used for military coordination. Warnings were issued then. Guns opened fire. Marines boarded the structures and destroyed intelligence equipment. The battle spread across the Gulf. Iranian speedboats attacked merchant shipping. United States helicopters and aircraft hunted them down. Missiles streaked across the sky. Smoke rose over the sea. Then Iran sent one of its top warships, the frigate Iris 100, launched missiles at United States aircraft. The response was devastating harpoon missiles, guided bombs, and gunfires slammed into the ship. Fires engulfed the vessel before it sank into the Gulf. Another frigate, Iris Sabalon, entered the fight and was hit by a precision bomb that left it crippled by the end of the day. Much of Iran's surface naval power had been shattered. It was the largest American naval battle since World War II, and it lasted only hours, but the real impact came after the smoke cleared. Iran now faced the reality of direct confrontation with the United States, while still fighting Iraq on land only months later. Iran accepted a ceasefire, ending the 8-year war. Operation Praying Mantis is often forgotten, but its message was unforgettable. One hidden mine had triggered a storm powerful enough to help end a war. Watch the full story to see the tanker war, the rescue of Samuel B, and the full battle that reshaped the Gulf forever. What if one hidden mine in the sea could trigger the biggest United States naval battle since World War II in April 1988? The Persian Gulf was already on edge. The Iran-Iraq War had dragged on for years, and both sides were attacking oil tankers. In what became known as the Tanker War, the Gulf was no longer just water. It had become a battlefield to protect shipping routes. The United States had sent warships into the region, but on April 14th, everything changed. The American frigate USS Samuel B. Roberts was sailing through the Gulf when lookouts spotted mines in the water. Seconds later, a massive explosion tore through the ship. The blast ripped a huge hole in the hull, broke the keel, and nearly split the vessel in half. Fire spread through compartments. Sailors were thrown across the deck for a moment. It looked like the ship would sink, but the crew fought back damage. Control teams worked for hours in smoke and flooding water. They cut steel, sealed compartments, and battled flames to keep the ship alive against the odds. They saved it then. Investigators found something critical. Nearby mines matched serial numbers and designs linked to Iran to Washington. This was no accident. It was an attack. The response came fast. President Ronald Reagan approved a major strike. The operation had an unusual name, Praying Mantis, but what followed would be anything but peaceful. In the early hours of April 18th, American ships moved toward Iranian offshore platforms used for surveillance and military operations. Marines and naval forces prepared to attack me elsewhere. Armed guns were loaded. The message was clear. The mine strike would not go unanswered. What began as a hidden explosion beneath the sea was about to become open war on the surface, and in just one day, Iran's navy would face one of the most crushing defeats in modern history. If you think this was the end of the story, it was only the beginning. In the full video, see how United States warships hunted Iranian vessels, how missiles and jets turned the Gulf into a firestorm, and how one battle helped end the Iran-Iraq War. How do you destroy a navy in a single day in 1988? The United States showed the world exactly how just days after the mining of USS Samuel B. Roberts, American forces launched Operation Praying Mantis. It would become the largest United States naval combat action since World War II. On April 18th, United States ships entered the Persian Gulf with one mission: hit Iranian military targets hard and fast. The first targets were offshore oil platforms, being used as command posts and observation bases. American warships demanded evacuation. Then the shelling began. Smoke rose into the sky as Marines boarded and destroyed equipment, but the real battle was still coming. Iranian fast attack craft raced into the Gulf and began firing on commercial ships. United States aircraft responded immediately. Helicopters and attack planes struck the gunboats, sending some fleeing and others burning in the water. Then one of Iran's most powerful warships entered the fight. The frigate Iris Sahandi fired missiles at American aircraft. That was a fatal move. United States forces answered with Harpoon missiles, laser-guided bombs, and naval gunfire. Explosions tore through the frigate. Fires spread across the deck. Soon, Sahand was sinking beneath the Gulf waters. Another Iranian frigate, Iris Sabalon, tried to continue the fight, but it was struck by a precision bomb that crippled the ship and left it dead in the water in only hours. Iran had lost major ships, gunboats, and strategic positions. American losses were minimal compared to the destruction inflicted. The battle was swift, overwhelming, and decisive. The result went beyond ships and missiles. It sent a message across the Middle East. The United States would defend Gulf shipping lanes with massive force, and the timing mattered. Only months later, Iran accepted a ceasefire in the Iran-Iraq War. Ending one of the deadliest wars of the century was Operation Praying Mantis. The moment Iran realized the war could not continue, many historians believe it was one of the key turning points. Want the full story?